These are not quotes, no motivational gimmicks, no inspirational to Pinterest mood board type of thing. These are real things I wish I knew earlier in life. If I could go back in time and teach my younger self 5 things that are actually life changing, then this video is exactly that. Stay with me because number 3 is one that people almost never talk about, and it was one of the most life changing for me. Hey, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found this. Today we're talking about 5 habits that I genuinely think that every young woman should build, and this is not for aesthetics or for productivity culture. This one is for you, for yourself. So without further ado, let's go. Now for the first one, which is only just right because it is the start of your day, that would be own your morning. Now before you roll your eyes at me, I'm not telling you to have this elaborate luxurious 5 a.m. routine. I'm telling you to just own a few minutes of your day before you touch your phone, before anyone else needs anything from you. Just take time to yourself. At this time, your day is only just starting, so you don't want to start your day on a wrong note. You could be doing anything that just keeps you more grounded to yourself. For me, I used to wake up and would just go straight to my phone to check my messages or whatever, and then in the next 2 minutes I'm already stressed and making someone else's problem my problem. If that is to happen, my whole day just starts on reaction mode, and you really don't want to be there in the early hours of your day. I started protecting even the first few minutes of my day. I started feeling like I was really living my life instead of just reacting to it. Currently, I would wake up and do my meditation, just try to keep my mind as clear as possible for a couple minutes, and then go into prayer mode and just pray about my day and just have that little tiny ritual with my creator and with myself spiritually before I move into my day. And this has drastically changed a lot of things for me. It sets the tone for how my day would go. Now for you, you could enjoy other things. It could be stretching, journaling, or just sitting up in silence. Whatever it is, just make sure that the first voice that you listen to is yours in the beginning of the day. Now for habit 2, and this one is more practical, but I promise you it's also more emotional than it sounds, and that would be learning to manage your money early. Now I'm a little skeptical about this one because there's no way I'm going to speak on it without calling myself out, but I'll tell you a story. It's when I was younger, like in my teenage days, I've always just been an industrious person, always just, trying to make ends meet. Not that anybody sent me on that errand. I grew up watching my mom being a very active woman. She was always doing different businesses, and that just kind of like set the tone for me. So I picked up on that. So I learned earlier on in life to just know how to bring in money, make money. But what I did not have was financial intelligence and discipline. And what would that mean? That would mean that my money was in and out. So I'm making money, it's out the door immediately. I was spending, I was doing whatever. And looking back in hindsight, those were some of the years that I even made the most money. And if I had the kind of intelligence that I have now, and I mean that I'm still growing in that, then this story would have been a very different one. But I also tell you about one of my best friends. She's 6 years younger than me, and I'm mentioning that because I'm trying to tell you that it's not about age, but about the discipline that you get earlier on in life. So this girl was making a lot less than me. But one time was very eye-opening for me when I had run into issues like a financial problem and I needed a bit of help. I communicated this with her, and she just stood up and was able to be in the position to help. And at this point, I'm shocked because where are you getting this money from? I know that you earn way lesser than I do. So how are you able to come up with this money? And the amount that I'm talking about was no joke to me as at the time. And what I did realize was that even though she was making less money than me, she had so much discipline with her money. So she was able to save, she was able to, just do things that kept her money more protected. I don't know if she was investing or anything, but we had like conversations around that. And I literally would ask her, like, how did you do this? So I was just fascinated by that. And that just taught me a life-changing lesson. I don't know if she even knows this, but that was one of the life-changing moments for me for how I would even relate or deal with my money. Now, I know this is not the exciting one, but I can tell you what financial independence means. It means you always have a choice. It also means that you do not have to stay somewhere that you don't want to be just because you can't afford to leave. I'll tell you another story. A couple years down the line, when I had started, just building these habits and getting a hang of it, I was now working a 9 to 5 and just doing my best to save what I could. And along the line, this wasn't planned or anything like that, but turns out that I had to leave the job. And obviously, leaving your job just like that could render you in a financial situation that you never expected. But because of the money that I was able to put aside, I was able to manage myself for like 6 months more down the line. That was just so teachable to me because if I was spending the way younger Deacon would spend, then I would have been in such a financial mess. I wouldn't have been able to take care of myself for that period of time. Learning how to manage your money early in life will save your future self a lot of financial stress. Now to habit 3, and I had told you I was coming back to it, and here it is. Protect your energy ruthlessly. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Can I ask you something honestly? When was the last time you said no without over explaining yourself, apologizing about it, or maybe even feeling guilty about it? Think about that for a second. As women, we are taught to be agreeable, say yes, be available to everyone else, extend ourselves, not inconvenience anyone else, and that is exhausting us in ways that we don't even realize. Now, your attention is finite. Your emotional energy is finite, and every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to something that could actually fill you up. Now, here's what I'll tell you to do. Audit one area of your life, your relationships, your commitments, or anything that consumes you, and tell yourself or ask yourself, does this thing actually add to my life, or does it take from my life? When you have your answer, you know what to do. Saying no to the wrong things is saying yes to yourself, and that is not selfish in any way whatsoever. It is necessary. Now, moving on to the fourth one, and this one has been a lifesaver on days that I just feel like shit and I just don't want to deal with life, or just those days when life is trying to convince me that I'm having a bad life, and that is move your body. Now, for this, I need you to hear what I am not saying. I'm not saying shrink yourself, punish yourself, go to the gym, whatever you feel would be a hassle for you. I'm just saying move your body. I saw a quote somewhere that said something like, a sad mind hates a moving body, something like that. And what that would mean is that sadness, depression, or anything of that sort just thrives in stillness. When you sit there with bad thoughts in your mind, it just exaggerates everything, and before you know, you're spiraling into having a full-on bad day. So I'm talking about moving your body because it clears the noise in your head. A 30 minutes walk after a long hard day would do more for your body than 2 hours of scrolling aimlessly on the internet. Just this quiet kind of confidence that builds up in a woman that shows up for her body, and this follows you everywhere. And like I said, it doesn't have to be hardcore. It could be anything. If you can go to the gym, of course go to the gym. You can take work instead of probably taking a taxi or driving. You can dance in your room. I do that a lot. I do a lot of dancing and gymnastics and whatever around my room when I'm alone, because it just helps with my mood and my mental state. Whatever you can do, just do that, because the habit of showing up for your body will teach you how to show up for yourself in other areas of your life. And now moving on to the last one for this video, and this is one that I actually enjoy. I've been doing this for the longest time, and I think is one of my top sweetest habits, and that would be keep learning on purpose. So this could be anything. It could be just doing research if you're someone that loves to research. It could be reading books. I love to read books. It's one of my guilty pleasures, and it's something I've always enjoyed doing since I was young, and I still enjoy it today. I love to read self-help books and other books. You could read anything. It doesn't have to be self-help books. Just keep your brain active. Personally, for me, reading does for my brain what gym does for my body, and I absolutely enjoy it. My mind is just active. And let's not even speak on what reading does to your vocabulary. I think it's just such a great exercise to keep your mind active. But like I said, it could be anything. You could watch documentaries, watch things that are outside of your interest, or things that you're interested in, anything to just keep your mind active. I know that in the current world where everyone is just scrolling, choosing to learn is a radical act. It keeps you adaptable, it keeps you sharp, it keeps you endlessly interesting, and in this case, not just to everyone else, but to yourself as well. The inner richness that it builds in you, no situation can take it from you, is yours to keep forever, and that's why I think it is such an interesting and helpful habit. So there you have it, 5 habits, and these are less about productivity and more about becoming somebody that you would end up respecting, and that is own your mornings, learn how to manage your money, protect your energy, move your body, and never stop learning. If this resonated with you, save this video seriously and come back to it when you need it. Drop a comment and let me know which habit you'll be starting. Share this video with a sister, a friend, someone you know just needs it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. But before then, do take care of yourself. Mwah.